Go ahead and go on the record. Okay, good morning. My name is Judge Tony Gonzalez. I'm the judge of the Robstown Municipal Court. Today's date is September 23rd, 2020. The time is approximately 10 o'clock a.m. Actually, it is 10:09 a.m. We are on the record. Everything we're saying here today is being recorded. This is a court of record. I want to thank you folks for being here today. We're doing this on a Zoom teleconference type meeting. We have to adjust to the time, so I appreciate you folks being able to do that. Today's docket consists of arraignments, which means that you're here for the first time to answer for your charge. It also consists of the show cause docket. That means you've already been to court before and you failed to do one of the things I asked you to do, and now you're here to answer to the court. Few things I need to let you know before we get started. The cases that are heard in this court are Class C misdemeanors. The fines normally do not exceed $500. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a trial by jury, and you can have a trial before the court, which is me. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there is no chance of jail time in cases. But an attorney could help you understand the law, could help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standard as if you were an attorney. Does everyone understand this?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. You also have the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You do not have to testify in your trial against yourself. It is the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit there today, you are innocent until proven guilty. The state has to prove each and every element beyond a reasonable doubt against you, okay? So if you choose not to testify, I won't hold it against you, and neither will a jury. Some other things I need to let you know. There are consequences beyond this courtroom on certain cases. For instance, on a no insurance violation, if you are convicted, you can be subject to surcharges from the state of Texas. So that is something you need to consider when you're entering your plea. There's other violations such as theft, which is a crime of moral turpitude that has consequences beyond this courtroom. If you have a question regarding your particular charge, it's probably best if you consult an attorney before entering in your plea. There are alternative means to payment. What that means is if you're assessed a fine and court costs, and if you are unable to meet your financial obligation, you can fill out an application and we can consider other means to fulfill that financial obligation. That includes community service, that includes an extended payment plan, or a combination of those things. If you are not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty and a finding of guilt could affect your status here in the United States. So if that is the situation you find yourself in, you may want to consult an attorney before entering in your plea. So the way this is going to work, here in a minute, I'm going to put everyone back in the waiting room, and I'm going to take you one by one. I'm going to call your case. I'm going to let you know what you're being charged with, and then I'm going to ask you, how do you plead? You're going to have two choices, or actually three choices. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. A plea of guilty and a plea of no contest are essentially the same thing, in that I will find you guilty. After you enter a plea of one of those two things, the next thing I'll do is consider punishment. There's a number of things I can do regarding punishment, from issuing a straight out conviction to doing deferred disposition, which is a type of probation, where you do everything successfully and you do everything I ask you to do, the case gets dismissed. If you qualify for the driving safety course program, I will offer it to you. And that is another way in which your case can be dismissed. If you get a plea of not guilty, then your case is going to be set for pretrial and then trial. At the pretrial hearing, which for now will be conducted via Zoom, there will be a prosecutor representing the state of Texas whom you will be able to speak to regarding your case. A lot of times people come here today wanting to talk to the judge about their case, and we are unable to do that. The only time I can hear the facts of your case is at the trial of your case. If you want to discuss evidence, you want to discuss defenses, if you feel for whatever reason you shouldn't have been charged, the prosecutor is the person you need to speak to because he has the ability to dismiss a case if he so chooses. He has the ability to negotiate a plea agreement if he so chooses. And at the end of the day, he is the one who's bringing the charges on behalf of the state of Texas. Anybody have any questions before we get started? Okay, then I'm gonna put two of you back in the waiting room, and then I will deal with each person one by one. Okay, sir, can you give me your full name?
David Summers.
Okay. Court call is cause number 2008-003385, State of Texas versus David Summers. Mr. Summers, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Hold on one second, Mr. Summers. I need to grab something. Okay, Mr. Summers. It's not until I need to read that I realize I need my reading glasses.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Summers, you are charged with the offense of assault, family violence, alleged to have occurred on or about August 23rd, 2020 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, where the complaining witness is Pebble Cantu, and where the alleged conduct is a punch in her arm. Are you aware of this charge?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before I go forward, it's important that you understand that a finding of guilt in a case like this could make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition in the state of Texas, pursuant to Texas Administrative Code 176.1. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the admonishment I am providing to you to see what devices qualify as a firearm that you are ineligible to possess. If you have any questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or questions about how long you're ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition last, I recommend that you consult an attorney. Okay, you understand this?
Yes.
Okay. As to the charge of assault by contact, family violence alleged to have occurred on or about August 23rd, 2020 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
The court will accept your plea of not guilty. We're going to set this matter for trial. Do you wish to have a jury trial, or do you want a trial before the court?
I'm not sure. So she wants to come in and drop the charges.
Okay, well, that's something that's her right, and if she wants to call the court, the they can provide her what's called a affidavit of non-prosecution, which she can fill out, and that will be presented to the prosecutor. And then he can choose to dismiss the case based on that affidavit if he so chooses. So you've entered the right plea if that's what you're looking to have done, because that needs to take some time, right? So if for whatever reason she changes her mind or doesn't come in, if you have to have a trial, do you want it in front of a jury or do you want it in front of the judge?
In front of the judge?
Okay. Okay, Mr. Summers. So the next process, and I'm letting you know what's going to happen. If she comes in and does the affidavit and the prosecutor agrees to dismiss the case, well, then you'll be notified and you don't have to appear before this court again. But if that doesn't happen, the next thing you're going to get in the mail is a notice of pretrial where the prosecutor will be present and you'll be able to speak to him. Okay. If you're able to resolve your case at that time, then you'll receive a notice of trial. Let me make sure, are you still at 4011 Deep River?
Yes, sir.
That's in San Antonio, 78253?
That's correct.
Okay, your phone number is still 210-336-2994?
Correct.
Okay, Mr. Summers, we're going to be sending you a plea form where we'll have it highlighted. Go ahead and sign off where you pled not guilty, okay? And send it back to the court.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Summers, any questions before I excuse you?
So she's already gone into the court and tried to do that. And then that's when they told her, I come on today, plead not guilty, and take it from there. So at this point, after today, she can return to the court, fill out the affidavit, and then I will receive information on what's going to happen further from there.
We can email it to her? The affidavit? So how do we get it to her?
We don't. What we've been doing is we've had the victims just write a written statement, signing it, and a copy of the driver's license, and I put that with the file, and I present that to Mr. Saucy.
Okay, I'm being told by my clerk, everything's a little bit different because of this COVID situation, right?
Okay.
So if the alleged victim will call the office and they'll give her instructions on what she needs to do.
Okay.
Okay? That's the easiest way to do it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Who's next? I'll tell you in a minute. The store?
Yeah, this young boy. He got his driver's license, but I didn't get a copy of it. It's right there, Judge. It's one of the regular ones.
Hmm.
Oh, your glasses.
Okay, court calls, cause number 2008-003-104 and 2008-003-105, State of Texas versus Nestor Melesio. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You are Nestor Melesio?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Melesio. It looks like, how old are you, Mr. Melesio?
I'm 20, sir.
Okay. It looks like you're being charged with two violations in cause numbers 2008-003-104 and 003-105. The first is speeding 74 in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. The second is driving with no driver's license. Both alleged to have occurred on or about August 19th, 2020 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of those charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand them?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of speeding 74 and a 60 on or about August 19th, 2020 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
As to the charge of driving with no driver's license on or about August 19th, 2020 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
The court will accept your plea of no contest on both charges. What's the situation with your driver's license?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
What's the situation with your driver's license?
To be honest, I really just never got it. But after this whole situation, I went and got it, you know. I came back home and I got my driver's license, and I was out there looking for a job because my mom, we lost our house due to like the hurricane. So I was looking for a job, and that was why I was out there. But due to all that, I did come get my driver's license right after that.
Okay, so what day did you get your driver's license?
Well, I came home August 19th. I came home like the 20th or the 21st. As soon as I came home, I started doing driving classes, and I finally got this in the mail like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so it's been probably less than 20 days since you got your license.
Correct.
Okay, we need to get a copy of that, Mr. Melesio. Okay, what we'll do is a compliance dismissal. What's the compliance on driver's license? It's going to be a $20 compliance dismissal fee, okay?
Okay.
On that one. On the speeding, now that you have a driver's license, you can actually do the driving safety course program. Let me tell you what that is. That's a 90-day program. It costs, how much is it going to be? $145? The cost is $144. That has to be paid today or tomorrow. You have to do a driving safety course program. You can do it online or in person. Probably online would be better in these times. You maintain valid insurance and bring me a copy of your driving record at the end of the 90-day period, or send it to me, and the case gets dismissed so long as you don't get any other violations.
Okay.
Is that something you're interested in?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you pay the $144 today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then the court will order a 90 days driving safety course program. And what's your phone number, Mr. Melesio?
956-292-3734.
Okay, somebody will call you here in a little bit within the hour, that way to get you set up for that program, okay?
Okay.
Any questions, Mr. Melesio?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning. Can I have your name, sir?
My name is Michael Jafet Maldonado.
Okay. Mr. Maldonado, you have, let me call your cases. Court calls, cause number 141106926, 141106927, 1502-01420, State of Texas versus Michael Maldonado.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
Okay, you can put your hand down. You are Michael Maldonado?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Maldonado, you are charged with 3 violations. The first being driving with no driver's license. The second being failing to maintain financial responsibility. These are alleged to have occurred on May 4th, 2020.
I believe they told me it was October of 2014.
Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick, okay?
No problem.
Mr. Maldonado, I apologize. That was my fault. I grabbed the wrong
No problem, sir.
from the docket. So you are charged with no valid driver's license, no proof of insurance alleged to have occurred on or about October 30th, 2014. And then you are also charged with a failure to appear. And
Yeah.
it was on December 11th, 2014 in Robson, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of these charges?
I was not aware. I mean, I was aware. I'm aware now. I received the letter and I called the state of Texas to figure out what was going on. Around December 2014, I've never received a letter to appear in court. So I was unaware of me having a hearing in court. And also around that time, I was having a lot of problems, and my wife had a miscarriage and all that. So, story short, I would like to pay the citations. I wasn't aware that I had court, and also I'm just aware about the failure to maintain debt or to pay the debt.
I'm sorry, the failure to appear?
The failure to appear, I wasn't, and I've never received a letter about that. So I was completely unaware that I had to be to show up to court. And
Well,
also,
just to let you know, Mr. Maldonado, on the actual ticket that you received,
yes.
it tells you to appear
Okay.
on or about December 11th, 2014.
I believe I called on the records because I remember that day, and I had called on the records on the ticket they gave me. That was the funny thing. That day they pulled me over, they let me go the same day. Like on my license, I had a ticket in Florida and I paid it off. Right there while I was talking, I called my wife and I had them fix that situation. And the cop, he even let me go. He kept, he told me I was free to go. And on the ticket itself, I never had a due amount, or that I remember. I don't recall having a date. So I called, I believe, on October to figure out all the details, and I never received any amount, and they never told me anything. And then my wife had a miscarriage in November 2nd of 2014. So a lot was going on that I totally forgot that I had to keep up with the payment.
Okay.
But I would like to pay the debt. I would like to pay everything that I owe because I see that I have a warrant for my arrest due to not paying all those citations. But I would like to pay all that. I just right now my living situation is a little difficult. I'm living in a trailer, and due to the virus and the outbreak, I lost my job, so now I'm on unemployment. And
Let me do this, Mr. Maldonado, first. Let's go one by one so you can
Okay.
enter your plea,
Okay,
and then we can discuss the specifics, okay?
copy that.
Okay. As to the no driver's license alleged to have occurred on or about October 30th, 2014 in Robson, Nueces County, Texas. As to that charge, how do you plead?
I plead guilty, sir.
as to the failure to maintain financial responsibility alleged to have occurred on October 30th, 2014 in Robson Nueces County, Texas. How do you plead?
I plead not guilty. I plead not guilty.
And as to the charge of failure to appear on or about December 11th, 2014 in Robson Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
I plead not guilty.
Okay, the court is going to accept your plea of guilty on the first charge of no driver's license and not guilty on the next two charges of failure to maintain financial responsibility and failure to appear. On the not guilty charge, well, let's go to the two not guilty charges.
Yes, sir.
If you have to have a trial, do you want a trial by jury or you want a trial before the court?
To be honest, I'd rather not have a trial. I live in the state of Oregon, and right now, like I just explained, my living situation and.
No, I understand, but you're going to have an opportunity to speak to the prosecutor.
Okay.
The way we're speaking right now,
Okay.
you'll be able to explain whatever situation you have
Okay.
at the time, and the prosecutor can choose to dismiss the charge if they so choose,
Okay.
or whatever the case may be. The prosecutor has the ability to do that.
Copy that.
But I have to know if they are unable to come to an agreement with you. Do you want a trial by jury or a trial before the court? It's something that I have to write down. Okay.
I'll do a trial before the court.
Okay. And is that going to be the same thing on the failure to appear?
Yes, sir. Now I have a quick question, Judge.
Yes, sir.
It's I know with all this going on, is it going to be a court on Zoom, the same thing, or is it something that I'll have to appear?
No, it'll be on Zoom.
Okay, perfect. Yes, because that's the only thing that I'm kind of worried about is
No, it'll be on Zoom.
being able to
Okay?
make it there. Copy.
No, it'll be on Zoom. Okay,
Copy.
so on the no driver's license, tell me the situation with the driver's license.
So I had a ticket in Florida for no driver license that I had. It had just gotten to that day that I had to pay, and I didn't. So when I got pulled over, I called my wife, and the cop told me that I had to suspend the license. And I called Florida, and I was able to pay the ticket right there and then. They reinstated my license, but the officer had already given me the ticket. Now,
Okay, is there any way you can provide me with something showing that you got your license reinstated shortly after this date?
okay, at the moment I cannot, because like I'm currently living in Oregon, so I moved from Florida, and that's where I originally was when I first got the ticket. And I don't have none of the paperwork on me. I mean, I could try to find them out, in the storages and find all the paperwork, but at the moment I don't have the proof of that. So I am willing to take the guilt for the no driver license, and I understand that I had enough time to get it all figured out, and I would like to pay that fine. I don't have a problem with it. The other two, I just wasn't completely aware that I had to be there at
Okay.
all.
Okay, so this is what I'll do on that charge. It's gonna be. I have it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna do a fine of $50.
Oh man, awesome.
Normally it would have been 125, but I'm taking your word that you went and got your driver's license shortly after that. Okay.
Yeah, I got it, and I was currently working for the state of Oregon as a correction officer, but due to the outbreak, the funds we didn't have enough funds, so they closed our facility down. Right now, I'm out of work, and
I got you.
everything's been working fine after that in my life. I just wasn't aware that I had to take care of that problem.
I got you. So that's why I'm going to lower it from 125 to $50. The court costs, there's nothing I can do about that.
Okay.
$203.30. It lowered? Okay, I'm sorry. What is it? It's going to be $180.80.
Okay.
It's going to be a total of $230.80. I know you're in a situation where you don't have a job right now. What I can do, Mr. Maldonado, is place you on 90 days deferred disposition. That way I'll give you 90 days to pay this off. And once you do, the case gets dismissed. Can you do that?
Yes, sir. I could pay it off right now. I have some credit cards that I could use, and I could pay this off right now.
Okay, well then what I'll do, I'll place you on 30 days for disposition.
Okay.
That
30
way
days.
it's over right away, and somebody from the court will call you here shortly to get that payment. Okay, can I get a phone number for you, please?
Yes, my number is 503, area code 503 812
Okay,
9353.
okay, perfect. Yes, and can we get an address for you, Mr. Maldonado?
Yes, my address. Give me 1 second. Let me find a letter or post letter sent so I can figure out the new one. I don't have a letter on me, Your Honor. I do. I'm
Well,
living in the trailer park. So it's 3100 Wilson River Highway, I believe.
Well, this is what we're gonna do. When we call you here in a minute, if you can just try to have that information, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it 11300 Wilson
Yes,
River?
sir. That's the one. Correct.
Okay, then we're good. Okay, then.
Yeah, I just barely moved over here. I parked my RV over here, and that's why I didn't know it by heart.
Okay, now that's fine. So somebody will be calling you here shortly, okay?
Perfect. Now,
All right, so-
I have a question for Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
For the other two that I pled not guilty, do I have a date that they're gonna call me for that, or?
You'll receive a notice. That's why we're getting your address
Okay.
of the pretrial hearing.
Copy
And
that.
the prosecutor will be available for you to speak to,
Understood.
okay?
All right.
Any other question, Mr. Maldonado?
No, sir. I believe I'm all aware now of everything that I have to do. Thank you very much.
Okay, yes, sir. Have a good day.
You have a blessed day. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, I have another person. This one goes to that Summers, sorry. I know I did. Why'd you let me do that? Hey, Mayor's the police officer on this.
I know.
Tell him, hey, you almost had to come, you might have to come testify. Who's this guy? Do we know? We don't know who this is. About to find out. Yeah. I've had this kid before. He's connecting to the audio. he's using a different phone.
I'm sorry, but the person you called.
My dyslexia is kicking in. 584.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for whatever reason, your audio is not kicking in.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm glad we found a compromise for this.
No, that's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm so sorry about that.
Can I have your name?
Gregorio E. Luera.
Okay. Court calls cause number 2003-001062, State of Texas versus Gregorio Luera.
Yes, sir.
Please raise your right hand, Mr. Luera.
Yes, sir.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Luera, we are here on a show cause hearing. Looks like back in April, I ordered
Show
a,
cause hearing for back in April.
yeah, I had given you 90 days deferred disposition with a fine of $230 and cost of $76. Plus you had to do the DADAP course and you had 8 hours of community service.
Okay.
But it says here, because of court. Okay, because I guess because of COVID, I was asking you to complete all your required schoolwork. So at this time.
Yeah, and at the time I was also in school. I also had a request to show you some school information that I was completing work, and I also graduated during
Okay.
this COVID stuff.
So I'm gonna take that as completion of the 8 hours of community service.
I appreciate that, sir.
Natalie, so what's missing? The fine? This is Gregorio.
Gregorio, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's the public intoxication.
Oh, the fine is probably for the. Oh, I'm sorry. My grandma was asking. It's probably it's for the.
This
It's
is
for the
for,
court fees, right? Yes, sir.
yeah, there's a fine of $230 and court costs of $76 for a total of $306 that was
Okay,
due
I see
back
it's here
in
on the
July.
mail. There's no possible way I could do community service like with the church or anything. I don't have a job, and I've really been trying hard to look for what I've been doing, like little handiwork, just to kind of stretch, like house leveling and labor.
What's the October 5th?
Yeah.
So what we need to do, Gregorio, is the church are they doing community service right now?
I have friends and family that are in church. I guess I could ask. I'm sure they wouldn't mind.
How old are you, Gregorio?
I just turned 20. My birthday was yesterday, sir.
Okay. And you live with your grandmother?
Yes, sir. My great grandmother, actually.
And there's nobody that's working right now, is that correct?
No, sir. She gets a Social Security for my grandfather. He died. He was in the military.
And you're not working right now, is that correct?
Yes, sir. No, sir. I'm not working.
And when did you graduate?
I graduated 20. Let me see. When did I graduate? Let me get you the. I have my diploma right here, sir. I'm sorry. Because there was a real mixed up time. Let me see. Let me get it. What's the date on it? What does it say? Month of June. Oh, June 16th, sir. June 16th, 2020.
Okay, so what are your plans now to do now that you graduated?
I've been trying to go to the military for the long time, but they've been asking me about my background check and these pending cases. And I told them as soon as the Navy told me as soon as I clear up any pending cases, even if I was convicted of anything that's not a felony, that they'd still let me join and do my 9 weeks training. And the Army told me that I also have to clean up these pending cases, and then I could start asking more questions. And right now I'm just studying for my ASVAB, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Loera, because of the testimony I received from you today that you you have no income right now coming in. You just graduated,
Yes, sir.
which is a good thing. And you're looking to go into the service, but this is kind of holding you up right now.
Yes, sir. I tried to clear up my other cases, and I actually didn't even know that this was still here. So this was the last thing, I guess. I'm looking forward to closing before I decide which branch I want to go to and before I start
Okay.
talking to my recruiters again.
So what I'm going to do, Mr. Loera, I'm going to waive the fine and court cost of $306.
Oh, God bless, sir.
Okay, so, but I want you to follow up with your recruiters. You need to do something, Mr. Loera.
Yes, sir. My recruiters, yes, sir.
I'm going to go ahead and order that
They
you.
said if I even had any trouble with y'all, that they didn't speak on my behalf. My Army recruiter said too. That,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that's
No,
necessary or not.
I'm going to give you a chance here.
Thank you, sir.
So that takes care of this case, Mr. Loera, but you have another case.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, it's a curfew case and you have a warrant out right now.
A curfew case?
When was that for? This was for last year in April, 2019.
Oh, that was for school. Oh, that curfew case. Dang it. Wait, how was that possible? It was $50. I think I paid it.
Okay, you never paid the court cost of $66. I'm gonna go ahead and
$66.
I'm,
Okay, sir.
I'm gonna waive that also.
Oh, you're gonna wait for? Thank you, sir.
Okay, so now you're cleared in this court and you need to do something, Mr. Loera. You're getting an opportunity here, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. You have a good day.
Yes, sir. You too.
Okay, we have the, yeah, that's fine. So we're not gonna, I don't need to do this. Did I do the right thing now? Okay, the time is 10:52 and we're off the record. Did I do the right thing now?
I think that's because I freaking called Veronica, that kid Adolfo's son, again. I set him up again. And I told her, I was like, hey, I will sell him again to see the judge because it was an accident. I was like, after that, I'm gonna have to issue a warrant against him because that ticket was a long time. She's like, no, tomorrow for sure. I said, okay. So I've given them enough chances, so they try to.
And I had my brother call him.
Huh?
And I told my brother to call him because he's a friend of theirs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know them, but it's just a courtesy, right? And
I did that too, like, because I've known Adolfo, and then he's like, what do we do that? And so I said, I happened to be there at his house that day, and I said, he has to go in front of the judge. It's an accident. I said, I'm more than sure the judge will give him defensive driving, because it was an accident with himself, And he's like, okay. And so then I set him up, and then I knew Adolfo's dad passed, so I reset it, because I understand. So then they missed it last Friday, and she's like, oh, he forgot. I don't even know what she said. I texted her yesterday. I'm like, hey, I can give him one more opportunity tomorrow. Let me go look for the other one. Because you have to fill out this for the other case. You did?
no, I need to. I don't know what the cause number is. I just need a cause number to do it.
I just called him. So can you get on right now? I'm so mad at him.
Yep.
Can you get on right now?
Oh no, I already ended it. But he can call. No, he's a minor, right?
Look at that. I think.
No, I haven't ended it. He can get on.
Yes, tell him to get on right now. I think we just ended the,
Yeah, we just need to get back on the record. one, his deferral period already ended.
I know, but we have to set them up, right, for show cause,
Yeah, but
regardless.
why did we do one of these?
I don't know, Cynthia did a ball of it. I think she'd rather do it during the complete.
Poor grandma, she was in the background.
I know. It's probably why you felt more compassion.
I'm just a compassionate guy. Here you go.
So, what judgment do we prefer to make? Or we don't, we just resist?
It's a judgment, but it's a regular judgment.
Just a regular judgment?
Yeah, we're just waiving the fine and court costs after judgment.
It's because I haven't done this in a while, so I'm like,
That shows that we don't abuse it. I'm not gonna stay waiting for this forever. Let me know if he comes back on, okay?
we should be doing it right now. You're still logged on, right? You said it's not letting him. Okay, hold on. Okay, I see he logged on. Just tell him to wait. Because Judge got a phone call.
Okay, we're back on the record.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. Court call is cause number 2006-001862, State of Texas versus Adolfo Ramon III. Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you are Adolfo Ramon III?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down, sir. Okay, Mr. Ramon, you're here on what's called an arraignment or an initial appearance. That means you're here to answer for the first time to your citation. Certain things I need to let you know. You have the right to have a jury determine your guilt or innocence. You can waive your right to a trial by jury, and you can have a trial before the court, which would be me. You have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will not be appointed to you because there is no chance of jail time in these cases. These are all Class C misdemeanor cases with fines that normally do not exceed $500. But an attorney could help you understand the law, could help you understand procedure, and can help you make decisions regarding your case. If you choose to go forward without a lawyer, I have no choice but to hold you to the same standard as if you were an attorney. You also have the right to remain silent. You don't have to testify in your case against yourself. It is the state's burden to prove their case against you beyond a reasonable doubt. As you sit here today, you are innocent until proven guilty. You understand these rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's important you also know that there's an alternative mean to payment. If you are unable to meet your financial obligation, if you are ordered to pay a fine and court costs, there are other ways to meet that obligation. You can do community service, you can do a payment plan, or you can do a combination of both of those things. It's also important to know that there are consequences beyond this courtroom that I have no control over. There's surcharges attached to certain cases. If you have a question regarding any of these, then you need to consult a lawyer, I would recommend. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, also, if you are not a citizen of the United States, a plea of guilty or a finding of guilt and a conviction could affect your status here in the United States. That being said, you are charged with the offense of failing to control speed, causing an accident, alleged to have occurred on or about June 4th, 2020 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas. Are you aware of this charge?
Yes, sir.
You understand it?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of failing to control speed on or about June 4th, 2020 in Robstown, Nueces County, Texas, as to that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
The court will accept your plea of no contest. Mr. Ramon, how old are you?
I'm 21 years old.
Okay. Has he had any other tickets in this court? Okay, that's fine. Mr. Ramon, have you done a driving safety course in the past year?
No, sir.
All right. The driving safety course, it's a 90-day program. You do a driving safety course, you maintain valid insurance, and you bring me a copy of your driving record at the end of the 90-day period and the case gets dismissed. The cost of the course is, of the program is $144. No? Is $160. That gets paid today. And if you do everything that I just told you, the case will get dismissed. Is this something you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then the court will order the 90-day driving safety course program. Mr. Ramon, can I have a phone number for you?
361-944-9000.
Okay, somebody will call you here shortly from the court to go over the program with you, okay?
Okay.
All right, sir, thank you very much.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
And we are off the record.